In today's video, I'm going to be flying the inaugural Alaska Airlines Hawaiian Airlines A330 from Seattle to Anchorage. I'm super excited, and in this video, we'll get into all the details of the latest on the Alaska-Hawaiian merger. So I'm super excited. So let's get up to Seattle so we can catch that flight to Anchorage. Okay, I've made it to Seattle, and now I'm going to wait about an hour and 40 minutes for the next flight up to Anchorage. Flying standby today per usual, so I'll let you know what seat I have when I get on the plane, and I'm really excited to get on. Though at first it seemed like there was nothing special at the gate for this inaugural flight, Hawaiian Airlines staff soon showed up and performed a traditional blessing for this new service. And with the untying of a ceremonial lei, boarding began with the passengers seated in first class. Near the end of the boarding process, I was given my seat, and I walked onto the beautiful Hawaiian Airlines A330-200 that would take me 3 hours north to Anchorage. And I've got my seat. It is extra comfort, which means I have extra legroom and a universal power plug. I'll show you around the seat later when we get up in the air. Flight time is 3 hours 1 minute. A little bit of a sad note. My brother, he was trying to make it here too. We missed the Seattle flight together, so he's caught a later one, and now it got so delayed that he's going to miss this flight, which is very sad. So we'll see how this flight goes, but let's get up in the air. Just kidding. Before we take off, look who showed up. Yes. Now, if you don't follow the aviation world closely, it may seem weird that I'm flying a Hawaiian Airlines plane from Seattle to Anchorage. And that would be weird if Alaska Airlines had not bought Hawaiian. But on September 18th of last year, Alaska completed their acquisition of Hawaiian. And though they technically won't be one airline until they can get their single air operator certificate, Alaska has been shaking up their now combined route network ever since the merger went through. This first began with small changes, like the cancellation of Hawaiian's Austin to Honolulu route and putting a 787 on the New York to Honolulu route. But on May 12th, Alaska began service from Seattle to Tokyo using Hawaiian's A330s, and on September 12th of this year, they plan to begin service from Seattle to Seoul using Hawaiian-branded 787s. But the biggest news was announced very recently, that Alaska will begin service from Seattle to Rome in May of 2026 using Alaska-branded 787s. Executives have said that this new route can expect to see an all-new flagship experience for those traveling on the first international route operated by Alaska Airlines. CEO Ben Minakuchi said that further news regarding their livery, interiors, and more will be coming soon. Now, does this mean that we might see a blended Alaska-Hawaiian livery on their new 787s that will be going internationally? Honestly, I don't know, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, but I lean towards saying no. Alaska has promised that all flights that touch Hawaii will be Hawaiian branded, and this wording leaves a lot of area for Alaska to take some 787s in full Alaska livery and fly them on international routes out of Seattle. But all this is speculation that will be answered in the future. So for now, I was excited to see how Hawaiian was going to handle the renowned catering on this shorter than usual flight. About 40 minutes into our flight, the service has arrived, and I've gotten a strawberry soda with some chips. So unlike their Hawaii flying, you don't get a sandwich or something, but at least you get a little bit of a snack. We'll see if they come around with second service. I don't think they will, though. And now I wanted to give you a tour around the seat on the Hawaiian Airlines A330 in their extra comfort. So obviously you have the headrest, which does adjust, so you can lay your head down on it. And the seat is pretty wide, plenty of room for my shoulders. And down there you can see it's pretty wide as well. There's a TV on the seat back in front of you, which I have set up on the moving flight map. The tray table clicks out like this. Pretty sturdy, maybe. There's also a seat back pocket, which has an in-flight magazine, plenty of legroom, tons of extra legroom in these seats, then room for my bag down there. Also, these extra comfort seats do have universal power outlets. Back in the regular seats, they don't, which means you only have the power out, only the USB charger that's in the TV. So it's nice to have up here. The last thing I'll show you is the recline, which is very nice. Just a sec. Wow, honestly kind of awkward feeling almost, but that's very nice. I could definitely get some sleep on here. So overall, great scene. We have about 50 minutes left to Anchorage, and so really quickly, I'm in the bathroom, and I'll give you a bathroom tour. So obviously, I got a mirror with some nice lights, and then the toilet is right there, flush button. Sorry, and then there's the sink with the trash, Kleenex, and towels. So yes, very standard for a bathroom on an airplane. Very quiet because it's an A330. We'll be landing soon. It turns out Hawaiian did come around with a second drink service, which was nice. And now, as we begin our descent into Anchorage, I wanted to talk a little bit about their brand and where it might be headed. A lot of people worry that it might disappear completely and use Virgin America and Alaska's promise to keep elements of their brand as proof that Alaska doesn't stay true to its promises. This merger was different in a couple of ways, though. First, Alaska was being forced to pay a large fee to the Virgin Group in order to keep the Virgin branding. Also, though Virgin America had a cult-like following, it was not a culturally rooted airline like Hawaiian is. If you think about it, Hawaiian has essentially been a flag carrier for the islands for over 90 years, and to completely remove that brand would cause some serious backlash. Hawaiian also already has a strong presence in Asia, particularly in Japan, and it would confuse a lot of people if Alaska Airlines planes flew from Tokyo to Honolulu. So in this case, I think Alaska will keep Hawaiian branded planes at least on routes flown from Hawaii. And though nothing lasts forever, I think the brand should be safe for at least the next 10 years. But again, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments on whether or not Hawaiian's brand will disappear. After we landed in Anchorage, we were greeted with a water cannon salute, a first for me, and it seemed as though all the ground crew at the airport had shown up to take photos of our airplane. After we got off, there was again a disappointing lack of amenities at the gate, but the mood was still very festive. And with that, I have finished the inaugural flight from Seattle to Anchorage on the Hawaiian Alaska A330. Everybody, it seemed, all the ground crew in Anchorage showed up to watch us land. Water cannon salute was awesome. And yeah, that was such a fun ending to a wonderful flight. Now I'm going to make my way back to Portland, either on the direct or going back through Seattle. I don't know which one I'll make it on, but you can stick around if you want or get off the video now and go do something with your life. But for me, I'm going back home. And I have made it home. And before I end this video, I want to ask you to do one thing. Just like this video. You don't have to do anything else, but like it for the sake of Elsie. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.